It's not recording, now it is.
This chapter is about tsunamis. A tsunami is a big wave that comes in and can cause a lot of destruction and death. The biggest natural disasters that cause the most loss of life are tsunamis.
Check out Wavelength.
And here's how they happen. Here we have a continental ocean plate going under a continental plate. And you can see the ocean plate is kind of pulling the continental plate back. And then it breaks and causes a little earthquake there. So, as this thing pushes that way, it's pushing this back. And just watch right here. Watch right here. It'll break off. And then push a lot of water.
So water
will go in both directions. Water will come to the land, and water will also go out to sea.
Does it really shoot out that
far? Yeah, I mean this is a whole continental plate here, so this is highly.
It shoots out like.
Does it do it that fast though?
Like
shoots out. I mean this is just a model, so no, it's not perfectly to scale or anything. But you can see how it works. You're just building up pressure, and when it breaks and the earth moves, that's called an earthquake. And the whole ground will shake on this continental plate where it broke, and the whole plate can push upward and cause a big tsunami.
So does the wave that goes in the other direction of the land, does that dissipate in the ocean eventually?
No, it'll travel through the ocean. Yeah, it dissipates slowly, but it'll travel. These waves travel through the ocean at about 500 miles an hour. So if you're on shore right here, that wave, let's watch the wave come right. If you're on shore right here, as soon as the earthquake happens, you can see here comes the wave. They didn't show it, but it'll come in and get you pretty quickly. In the other direction, it depends how far you are away from it, but it'll travel about 500 miles per hour through the water and spread all around the globe.
So what's the biggest one? It's hard to see.
Japanese.
So there was one in 2004, some recent ones in the Indian Ocean that killed 250,000 people.
Sri Lanka?
The biggest disaster in your lifetime, but it wasn't around here, so you didn't hear as much about it. Anyone for Oglethorpe?
Was that the one in Sri Lanka?
Oglethorpe?
Wait, hold on. Give me like 2 seconds.
The tsunami. It was in the Indian Ocean. And it caused huge waves all along all the shores of the Indian Ocean. A lot of people live near the ocean, so it kills a lot of people.
Is that the biggest one?
That was the biggest one in recent history. But if you go back thousands, millions of years, there's way bigger. So the wavelength of a tsunami is about 100 meters. That's about a football field from end zone to end zone. So tsunami waves are long. They have a long wavelength. They have a relatively small height, only a couple of meters. But that's in the open ocean. So if you passed a tsunami in the open ocean, your boat would probably just go right over it. It carries so much water, though, when it comes to shore and comes to a shallow area. Let's see. So when it gets shallow like this big wave gets pushed upward. Here's the surface. This wave, this one long wave, it comes. There's a lot of water with this wave, and when it gets pushed upward, it climbs up and can get very, very high. So you can have them that get, 20, 30 feet high, and it's not like it's one thin wave that just crashes and it's done. This is a ever growing body of water that will come in for many minutes and just flood the area. That's where most of the damage is, as you'll see in the videos that I have here.
Is there rogue wave in the water bigger than a tsunami?
Yeah, way
It's
bigger,
taller,
like way taller.
but its
yeah.
wavelength is less.
Yeah, but its wavelength is a lot thinner wave.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't carry nearly as much water. So if a rogue wave hit the land, that would just be a tall wave that would crash, and then that'd be it. But if a tsunami hit the land, you'd have all this water coming up and up and up, and it can just flood a place.
Wasn't there a big tsunami in Japan? Because
Japan, yeah, there was Japan had a huge one in 2012, maybe.
Yeah.
And that flooded, that killed a lot of people, and it also flooded the nuclear power plant there. Did y'all hear about this?
I did.
They had to shut it down, and there was a big explosion. It was a bad thing. So it takes 20 or 30 minutes to complete a wave cycle. So what that means, a wave cycle is from the beginning of the wave to the end of the wave. And so it takes about 20 or 30 minutes for a tsunami wave to come up onto shore and then to go back. And so that's that can be a long time to endure all this water coming in. And it's not always just one wave. There can be several tsunami waves back to back. So let's take a look at this video.
No. Why is that boat going?
Lobo.
Speak English.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
what is that boat doing?
Why is he going towards you? Why is he going towards it?
I ain't getting hit.
Going
right at
Suicide.
Head on.
You won't die.
He's gonna take
Do you go towards it? Because it gets bigger when it hits land. Does make sense.
You're so smart.
It's better to go out to
Use
it.
$8. Oh snap! It's OB. It's OB, Jordan. Look, no, they're not going fast enough.
Oh, he is. Dude, that guy's
Okay.
What about the little boat?
He's done.
He's
Where'd the
done.
Lobo go?
That little boat gone.
Where'd he go?
Oh, yeah.
The Lobo really got right.
It's not that big.
Is that a tsunami?
It's not that big.
Well, they made it though.
Okay.
It's lit.
They gotta get out.
Is that another one?
Big wave.
So is that like a small one?
No, well, that's a pretty big one. It's hard to tell how big it is from the way they're filming. You can see here the wave level is low, and then as you go shallow, the wave gets compressed and grows in height. So this area here, before the tsunami, this was all trees. The tsunami came away and just dragged away all these trees. You can see how far it goes up.
Root game,
Tony's hair got big.
I would have been that guy.
Tsunamis are most often created by emerging earthquakes that originate hundreds of miles from shore. Earth's crust is comprised of massive tectonic plates that spread apart and collide with each other. These forces generate earthquakes of all sizes. As the ocean floor moves and shakes, the energy can be so powerful that it lifts up millions of tons of ocean water above it, creating tsunami waves. These waves may extend far from their deep sea source, spreading from one side of an ocean basin to another. Tsunami waves move in big flat waves across the open ocean, similar to the ripples you see when you throw a pebble into a pond. In the deep ocean, tsunami waves are barely noticeable on the sea surface, and often will cause only a small, slow rising and falling of waves. In fact, a ship may not even notice the waves moving past. But underneath the surface is a big wall of moving water that can move very fast, faster than a jet airplane traveling 500 miles per hour. Only as they move toward land, tsunami waves become hazardous. As they approach shallower water, the waves slow down and become compressed, causing them to grow in height. Near the earthquake epicenter, the first sign of a tsunami may actually be a sudden retreat of water from the beach, exposing sea life. People on the beach mistakenly walk out to view the newly uncovered seafloor, unaware that very soon a flood of water will arrive. When the wave comes in, it usually doesn't resemble a normal wave. Rather, it often looks like a violent flood of rushing water that can reach a height of 30 feet or more. It can flood inland by 1,000 feet or more and have enough power to sweep people off their feet, lift rocks, flip vehicles, and crush homes.
Hey, yo, that voice. Hurt. Tsunami awareness. Stay away.
Here's another one.
Makes it all the time.
Off the coast of Sendai, in northern Japan, a succession of extraordinary waves, some said to be 10 meters high, accelerate towards the shoreline. The menacing band of white bears down on the land.
White?
Striking land, the massive surge turns into a black wall of water, unstoppable by man-made structures.
Notice that black is on land.
Chill out.
Houses and barns are consumed, vehicles lifted up and carried away.
Quiet, please.
So is it not going to go back out to the...
Despite the tsunami warning, many are caught out. To the right of screen, some motorists drive away, but others on the highway seem unaware of what's approaching across the field and have little chance of escaping it.
I'd just take off on one of those fields.
That guy's coming right towards us.
Water pours over the elevated section and they become part of the debris.
Debris?
Parts of the debris.
A swirling kaleidoscope of broken buildings and floating cars.
That's incredible.
There's a boat. There's a boat. There's a house.
Y'all quiet down.
It's found a new route.
Someone's probably on it.
Inappropriate to laugh at these things. Thousands of people die.
These images clearly capture the power of the tsunami, but from above it's hard to calculate how many people are caught up in it. Only those on elevated land could possibly avoid it.
How fast is it moving?
I was about to say, imagine trying to run.
And as it continued to move further inland, it still had the power to carve its own path and continue to carry tons of wreckage. Even a huge trawler rides inland.
It's a really big boat.
I want to be on that boat.
It looks like it's about to stop and then just start
In an instant, normal life is invaded by a sea of chaos. Gas and electrical faults caused by the earthquake set off fires. And as the debris is piled high, the flames ride on the water as it presses forwards on its relentless journey of destruction.
Holy cow.
It creates an apocalyptic scene across swathes of land.
It's still going.
How do you clean that up?
Look at all.
Oh, God.
Right of screen, a vehicle can be seen trying to speed away from the wall of water, but it's trapped.
Too much debris.
Time to get out of the car.
Further right, a dot of a person can be seen trying to outrun the wave. The pictures don't show whether they made it. This footage, filmed from a hilltop, shows the tsunami's terrifying power.
Oh my
An
god.
entire town is being turned to rubble. Back out at sea, some boats try to ride the waves.
Really getting right.
Here, a craft is at the mercy of a massive whirlpool.
Oh my god.
What the heck is
At Sendai Airport, this was the view from the terminal as the wave enveloped its runway. Would-be passengers sought refuge on the roof. In Kawaiishi, northeast of Sendai, there were similar scenes. A cascade of bobbing cars.
It's moving so quick.
The destruction is plain to see, but it will take time to calculate the loss of life. Early indications suggest this tsunami has taken a heavy toll. So far, authorities say several hundred bodies have been found along the coastline. Once the water settled, it became clear most of the 1,200 homes in the rural area had been hit by the wave. Clearly, many people are now trapped in their homes. An unknown quantity may be injured and desperate for help. But the armed forces say 60 to 70,000 people in Sendai have been evacuated to shelters. In minutes, it seems, hundreds of lives have been taken, homes destroyed, and whole region churned up by a force of nature. Jason Farrell, Sky News.
How do you, like, does all that pollution go right back into the ocean?
Yeah. The wave will go back and drag stuff back with it. It's a giant, I mean, it's loss of life, loss of property, it's a mess. It's a brutal scene. So if you follow this little circulating orange ball here, this shows the entire cycle of a wave. as it goes around once. And the tsunami wave has like a 30-minute cycle from when one wave goes by to the other. It's not always the first wave that's the most powerful. Sometimes the second one to come in will be more powerful. So you can have places like that video just showed there get hit, and then the water goes back, and it gets hit again. And again. It can happen with 4 or 5 waves.
The earthquake struck off the coast of Banda Aceh on Wednesday, sparking a region-wide tsunami alert and testing the DART tsunami warning system. When an earthquake occurs, sensors on the ocean bed detect a change in pressure and send a signal via a buoyant satellite to a monitoring center. The center then issues a warning via sirens, radio, TV, and text messages. The system is comprised of a network of buoys off the coast of Indonesia and its neighboring countries. It provides early warnings for all Indian Ocean nations.
Okay, this is a good picture here. So this shows, see all the red here? This was what was hit by that Indian Ocean tsunami. Now this place didn't, the tsunami occurred like right there, right in there somewhere. And then just spread out from there this way. But all this area here in the coast of Indonesia, these got hit really hard. And they didn't have any kind of tsunami warning system. The Pacific Ocean has a tsunami warning system. Now, the video we just saw was of Japan up here. They have a tsunami warning system, but the earthquake happened in Japan. And so the tsunami waves were on top of them immediately. And so a lot of people couldn't get out. When the tsunami hit in 2004 in the Indian Ocean here, they didn't have any kind of warning. So a lot of these people here, they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know it was coming. And they weren't ready. So there was a huge loss of life. Japan got hit by that tsunami, but in places that were a little farther away, since they had a tsunami warning, they could get ready for it, and there wasn't much life lost. When that Japan tsunami happened, my sister was living in Hawaii, and they evacuated them before the wave got there, and it turned out it wasn't much of a wave by the time it got to Hawaii.
Actually, I really think, I'm not going to lie, like, I was in Hawaii, and I think I was there, and, like, my dad and us, we had to, like, move everything upstairs.
Probably was that, yeah probably was that, yep. Yep.
Where did they evacuate everybody to?
A higher ground. She had to go up on a hill near where she lived and just sit there by the road until they let them go back.
I actually remember that.
Yeah.
There's nobody outside. It was all impressive.
Yeah. I'll show you video footage of that Indian Ocean tsunami.
Yeah, good. Totally.
This is the Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004.
Nah. It's too late for that. It's okay, everybody else will do
Quiet, please.
That's really cool.
Die Wellen, die bleiben dann noch erst wieder, oder? Alter Schwede, was da hinten abgeht. Nein. Aber da hinten, da geht, das ist der Wahnsinn.
That person's probably gonna die. No. What if the least is the beach?
På 20 sekunder så kommer ungefär 4 meter vatten. Det är helt jävla sjukt. Vi hade liksom knappt oss upp på stranden innan. Det här är sjukt.
Das Fischerboot da hinten gekentert. Was ist das?
Tsunami. Hey, get up! Repeat, Alice.
Oh my god.
They didn't watch that. I don't know how they got that video.
Hey, give me a. Oh my God. Hey, hello, they don't do that. Yeah.
Oh my God, look at the waves coming! Clear out, people! Clear out! I hope no one was out there!
Oh god.
Oh my God, this is devastating. We're not going anywhere today.
That's a freaking boat. Oh my god. There are people on top of it.
They're looking for stuff.
I'm trying to ride it.
Trying to get across it.
Trying to get it off. Trying to get out.
I saw one scavenger.
This has never happened before.
You're fighting for that life, man. Wait, yeah.
That's horrible.
Oh god.
It's funny how waves turn into tsunamis.
Is that the water going back out?
I think it's going back
Yeah.
out.
Is it just as bad going out as it is coming in?
No, not quite as
Funny how
bad.
waves turn into tsunamis.
Oh, is that? How are they so
Cursing.
Got caught in the wave.
Text
And
cursing.
you cannot find it.
I don't know what happened to your line.
Hey, you can really be just stereo. That water's so dirty. It's that salt water.
Oh my god.
Alles wird verbunden zur Katastrophe.
250,000.
It's crazy. That's very depressing.
Yeah, so now they have a tsunami warning system that there'll probably never be that bad a loss of life again. It's pretty much everywhere around the globe where there's earthquakes. They don't have one for the Atlantic Ocean, but we don't have any moving plates and all, and we're a passive margin, like I said, so we don't have tsunami warning systems.
Has there been one in California, right?
Yeah, there could easily be one in California, yeah. They have tsunami warning systems there, too. So everybody knows to go to higher ground.
That's why, yeah.
So, read about tsunamis, chapter 11. Could be a quiz for